My grandparents left everything to me. My mom and stepfather spent it like it was theirs. I never thought a single envelope could destroy my family. When I turned 18, my lawyer called and said, "Your grandparents left you something." I smiled, expecting maybe a few old photos or some jewelry. Instead, I found out they had left me their entire savings, a small house, and investment accounts worth nearly $400,000. But there was one problem. There was almost nothing left. My grandparents had passed away when I was 9. Since I was a minor, my mother became the legal guardian of the estate. She had remarried a year later, and my stepfather suddenly became the man of the house. For years they told me we were struggling financially. No vacations, no new clothes, no birthday parties. Every time I asked why, Mom would sigh and say, "Money doesn't grow on trees." I believed her. Until the lawyer slid a stack of bank statements across the table. Over the years, my mother and stepfather had quietly withdrawn almost everything. Luxury SUVs, expensive vacations, a swimming pool, designer furniture, private school tuition for my 2 stepbrothers. Every payment had come from the estate my grandparents had left for me. I couldn't breathe. The house they bought, the vacations they posted online, the gifts they bragged about. They had all been paid for with my future. When I confronted them, my stepfather laughed. "You lived in this house too. We spent the money on the family. Raised me. I had worked after school since I was 16. Bought my own laptop. Paid for my own phone. Saved every paycheck because they always claimed they couldn't afford anything. Meanwhile, they were spending my inheritance." The lawyer asked one question. "Do you want to let this go or fight?" I chose to fight. The investigation lasted almost a year. Every withdrawal was traced. Every receipt was documented. Turns out my grandparents had written something very specific in the will. The money could only be used for my education, healthcare, or living expenses. Buying luxury cars and vacations clearly wasn't included. The judge wasn't impressed. My mother and stepfather were ordered to repay the estate. Since they couldn't afford the amount, they were forced to sell the expensive house, both SUVs, and several investments they had purchased using my inheritance. Watching them move into a small apartment felt strange. I wasn't happy. I wasn't angry anymore either. I just felt free. Some relatives called me selfish. Others said I had ruined the family. Funny, nobody seemed concerned when my future was being stolen. After everything was settled, I used the recovered money exactly how my grandparents had wanted. I paid for college without debt. Started a small software company with a friend. The business grew faster than we expected. 5 years later, we sold it for more money than I had ever imagined. Last month, I visited my grandparents' graves. I placed fresh flowers beside their headstones. "I protected your gift," I whispered. As I walked back to my car, my phone buzzed. It was a message from my mother. "Can we talk? We need help." I stared at the screen for a moment. Then I deleted the message. Not out of revenge, but because I had finally learned the lesson my grandparents tried to teach me long ago. Some people think love gives them the right to take from you. Real love protects your future, it never steals it.